What up, boys? So, today I'm going to talk to you guys about something personal. And it's nothing to do with business, but it has affected me in the past 30 days. And I want to put this out there to see who it reaches, what people have to say, and if I can influence or benefit someone else. Because I feel like there's a lot of people that go into this, and I want people to see the good side of things, because I feel like even though it has affected me, it also hasn't shaped me. And I'll go into that in a little bit. But about 30 days ago or 5 weeks ago, me and my girlfriend just stopped seeing each other. And there was a pattern interrupt. And it was technically, and it is, my fault for that. Essentially, I'll keep it short. There was a boundary, and I stepped over that boundary, and we haven't seen each other since. Now, I don't want to talk so much about details about what had happened or what led to it. However, I do want to emphasize that since that day on, my life has completely been different, and it's natural, right? Because you spend 6 months of your life with someone, and from one day to the next, you stop seeing them, you stop hearing from them, you don't know what they're doing or where they are. However, time does not stop for anybody, and time will always keep going. So I want to make this video and see if there's anyone out there who has gone through what I'm going through or is going through it right now. I need to clarify that I am in love with this girl. I love her with all of my heart, and she knows that too. And because I love her more than anything, really, and of course anyone, it was definitely a shocker the past few weeks talking to no one, because I have friends, but I don't really talk to them the way I talk to her. And I guess I just had that emotion suppressed because she was my soft spot. So anything that I had to talk about, it was about us, right? And our future together. And I had it all with her, right? So there wasn't really a reason to talk about anything else but just her and me. Anyways, back to what I was trying to say. When this happens, because I've gone through breakups, right? In the past, I've been with other people, and so has she. But in the past, I've let breakups really affect me negatively. And for some reason that I'm not going to talk about in this video, but I would resort to other substances, other chemicals, drugs, and other habits that never really benefited me in any way. And this time around, knowing all of that, I decided not to go that route. It wasn't going to benefit me. I'm 24 years old. I'm not going to go down that route. It's stupid. It would be a dumb decision. It'd be a mistake to go down that route. And instead, I'm doing this, right? Quick break. So instead, I'm making a YouTube video. Isn't that cool? But one thing I want to say is that, right? That maturity of, I'm not even going to decide to look elsewhere. I'm not going to pick up a drink. I'm not going to pick up a joint. I'm just going to feel it. I'm going to feel it this time. And that's what I wouldn't do back then. I would think I was numbing the pain, or I was distracting myself from that pain. But there is knowledge in that pain. There is courage. There's realizations. And that pain it will transform your life. Pain will completely transform your life. Now, for the good or for the worse is up to you. But I truly believe that pain can make or break you. And as you guys can see, I'm not hiding anything. I'm being so upfront with you. This time, this pain, this heartbreak, I truly and wholly believe that it was going to absolutely catapult me into a new space and dimension. Okay, chill. But no, for real, I want to tell you guys what's on my mind right now. And it's funny that I'm doing this instead of talking to someone I know. I'm talking to strangers, but because I don't know who's out there that may be going through something similar. And if I want to help other people, I need to be real from the jump. So today's July 16th, 2026, and I want to tell you guys about how me and my girlfriend met, what we went through the past 6 months, and where I currently am right now, And I can't tell you the future because I know the future, but let's go into it. So, me and my girlfriend met on December 16th, December 18th, her at this bar downtown on a Thursday. It was Christmas week, so there's Christmas themed bars, and I saw her and I approached her. Let me tell you something, guys. Before this girl, I would never approach girls. Not because I was shy, I just haven't lived in a city this big or someplace that I didn't already know the people that I was surrounded by. And this time around was so different. Like I saw her and I do like I was in love with her. It's because I was. And I see her and I tell her this, hey, is your hair always that curly? Of course, I have curly hair. It's a mess right now, but she has curly hair as well, long curly hair. And she's like, yeah, and it gets even curlier when it's wet. So that was that. I literally walk off, and something tells me to go back. So I do. I'm already outside of the bar, and I'm going back in the bar. And I'm like, hey, how can I see you again? So we start having conversation, right? We start talking a little longer. My friend who I'm with starts talking to her friends. I get to know her a little bit better, and we planned a date for 2 weeks out in Austin. We went for a 6 mile run 2 weeks later. And during this run, we're talking for an hour because it's 6 miles. We're going like a 10-minute pace. And we're talking for an hour, and I'm like really getting to know her from the first day. And I really like her. And I really could see spending more time with her and getting to know her in a deeper level. So we ended up dating after that. A month later, I asked her out to be my girlfriend, and she said yes. And we started dating. And 6 months really is both a long and a short amount of time. The reason why I say it's long, it's half a year, right? You spend 6 months with a person and you think you know them, and it almost feels like a honeymoon phase because it really could be just a honeymoon phase. But I didn't think it was a honeymoon phase. Me and her were real from the jump, talking about our goals and our aspirations and what we wanted out of life and how we even saw this life. And one thing that I really like about her is her eyes, and not her physical eyes. She has light brown eyes, but they could be dark brown when there's no sun, and when there is sun, they're almost like foxy red. Like they're so beautiful, the most beautiful brown I've ever laid eyes on. And I always used to tell her, hey, I love your eyes. I want kids to have your eyes. But I was never referring about her eye color or the shape. I was always referring to the way she would see life and the way that she would interpret things. And I love that about her. So that's, and the why I say it's such a little time, like 6 months is nothing, because think about forever. And when you think of forever, you don't think for a decade or a few years or seasons. When you hear the word forever, people don't really give it the meaning that it deserves. But forever means for eternity, for as long as we are. And we would talk about the word forever. So 6 months really isn't a lot of time then, is it? And that's why I'm essentially making this video, because one, I don't really talk to anyone about this. Two, I want to help other people to get their mind right during a breakup, because I've seen it destroy people. And three, I want to be real with you about what it really means to love someone forever. Without giving you guys too much information, after we started dating, we would spend maybe every other day together. And for a moment we had open, so we would spend a lot of time together at the beginning, doing fun stuff, dating, getting to know each other, laughing, a lot of, and we went on these dates. Like we would go have dinner, we would to the park, we would go on walks. She has a dog, so we would take her dog out and we would go on trail walks. We would spend time reading, we would spend time coloring, painting. We would watch movies together. We'd love to cook. I'd love to cook for eat our food on a cutting board. And that's how essentially our dating life was always just her. And we would go out, right? It was Austin, Texas. So we would go out on the weekends, spend time together with her friends. When my friends would come up, we would spend time together with them. But I always appreciated and I loved every second with her. So that's kind of how dating life was with her. And I want to say something. If you guys have seen one of my YouTube videos, I used to be in debt $60,000 like over 10 months ago. And I only met this girl 6 months ago. So you guys need to understand that as I was dating her, I was working endlessly to pay off my debt, which I did, thankfully. But you want to know something? She never looked down on me because I was in debt. Because I told her, like, I risked all this money of making it work, like risking it for my business. It was for my business. It wasn't ever on like trips or stuff I couldn't afford. It was always on my business. Like invested 100% into it, borrowing money to make it grow. It was always that intention. That was it. And I remember, dude, I remember going on date and she was like, no, we don't need that. Like, I want to get it because I had the money. Like, obviously I was paying something off, but I had the money to pay for it. She's like, no, you have a debt to pay off. And I'm like, okay, yeah, you're right. Dude, when I told you, I almost got on one knee right there, bro. But nah, we spent a lot of time together. We did have some indifferences throughout the relationship. Like any relationship, we did have these circumstances. We weren't speaking with each other sometimes a week, 2 weeks, the max, like the most that we would go. And we would come back and, talk about it and try to another. And because we loved each other, we would make it work. So fast forward to June, we stopped seeing each other and we stopped talking. And we've been on no contact for about 4 weeks now. And for the first few weeks, I want to tell you guys what my life was. For the first week, I didn't talk to anybody. And I'm not even kidding, dude. I didn't talk to anyone or anything. Not a word came out of my mouth for the first week. Not to say that I was in bed all day. I was working, but my line of work is all on a computer. It's through sending emails. It's onboarding clients all through systems. So I don't really have to anyone. And I didn't talk to anyone, other people about their day or caring to even start a conversation with anyone. And that's essentially how the first week went. The second week, I realized that it's been a week and I haven't talked to her. And I would go on stuff and understand that I was still on her media, but I had no idea what she was doing. And like I said, I told you I wasn't going to drinking or smoking. So I would hit the gym twice a day. I would go in the mornings, either run to the gym, go to the gym, do a lift, come home, eat, work, and then go to the gym or go to the track and run more. I did that for a whole 7 days, getting my body so tired that I could just go to sleep as soon as I got home. And I'm not going to lie to you, I would pop up. Like I would show up. This one time I showed up at her house and I found her. She was walking because she likes to walk. She was walking 2 miles and I approached her and I told her like, hey, I'm just here to see you. I miss you. So we did talk. We walked for like 2 miles and, talked about it. And I was impression that we were going to wait and see how things went with this space between us. And this was probably like 2 weeks ago. And we spent about an hour and a half, 2 hours together that day because it was a surprise. She had no idea I was going. And frankly, I didn't even know if I should or shouldn't go. But I ended up going and I saw her walking and I walked with her. Anyways, after that, she texted me like, I really enjoy walking with you. I was like, yeah, I know you do because that's what we do and talk about our future. So after that, I did pop up a couple times, to see if she was there to talk, but I didn't see her at her house anymore. And I also kind of felt weird doing that. So I just stopped showing up, but I didn't want too much time to pass without popping in. And eventually I just kept doing the same thing, going to the gym twice a day, working and getting so tired that I would just come home and knock out. And since I am a full-time business owner, I have a lot of time to work on my business. And then by the third week, I understood that if we can go 3 weeks without talking, without seeing each other, I honestly didn't think that it was healthy. And I realized like if we were to even show up each other's lives again, like I don't think I can do it, like 3 weeks without talking to her didn't stop me from missing her though. Like I really wanted just to spend time with her and if I could make her laugh and go to dinner or I can, but it wasn't there anymore. Like that to see each other wasn't anymore. So now it's week 4. It's about to be week 4. And I've sent her messages, and I feel like, to be honest with you, dude, I feel like sending her messages. So guess what? I sent her a 6-minute Loom video. If you know what a Loom video is, it's pretty much like you record a video and a nice camera and a mic. And dude, I sent her a video of me singing Neon Moon with pictures popping up throughout the whole video. It was just one of those nights where like what do I do? Like I all day, like I want to do something, and it was fun and entertaining, so I did. And I actually sent that like yesterday. And on the Loom video, you can see when someone views the video. And I actually sent it through email because I might be blocked. And I sent it to email. So that's how I knew she watched it. She watched it kind of late too, so whatever. But all this to say, this is what my life has been for the past 4 weeks. Now, am I like superhuman? Like, do I not feel pain and feel sadness? Of course I do, bro. Of course I do. You can probably see it. You can probably hear it. Of course I feel the pain and the sadness of not seeing the person that I love and spent every day with for the past 6 months. But as much as I love her and as much as I want it to be us, buddy, I got so much work to do. Like I have so much to earn and up to that I can't afford to spend another day like this. And I realized that early on too, like if it's meant to be, it will. But I know that if I don't even show up like this or like pop up, there's no point of even it to work in the future because she'll never know what I really want. So I feel like all these things I've been doing the past few weeks have just been like, hey, I'm right here. Like I really want to make this work. At the end of the day, if it's meant to be, it will be. And if it's not meant to be, it will still be. So now what I want to say is this. For anyone, especially young people who don't really understand what heartbreak is, or you aren't going through it right now, but maybe you have in the past and now you're in a completely better spot. Take care of yourself first. No matter what you're going through, I always tell myself, oh, it's because it's so stressful. Like I'm so stressed all the time. And I'm stressed now. Now I don't have a girlfriend though. I don't have the person and the piece of the puzzle that would bring me the peace, that would bring me this happiness, that would bring me this love and affection. I'm still stressed now. Don't let your dreams, don't let your goals get in the way of your relationship. And vice versa. Don't let your relationship and your woman or your, I don't know, whatever, get in the way of your dreams and your aspirations. Because at the end of the day, it's always going to be a trade-off. And it's up to you to manage this trade-off to the best of your ability. 100% up to you. And it's no one else's fault but yours. Remember this. Truly understand what I'm saying right now. Although it's hard, although it's uneasy, and you will have to make tough decisions and you will have to sacrifice for the things that you want. There's no denying it. You have to do that. Especially if you're willing and you're trying to make it work. And I don't feel like I lost anything. I feel like I gained a lot by being with this girl. And I'm gaining a lot by fully understanding the pain and the sadness that I'm currently experiencing right now. This is a gain. This is not a failure. This is not a loss. This is only a gain. Because I made the realization life is going to move on regardless. You are going to see another day. The way I've seen it for the past 4 weeks, you will see another day. The way you're feeling right now, go to the gym, go for a run, go for a walk, talk to someone you love, call your parents, and go to sleep. And in the morning when you wake up, you say a prayer and you say, God, thank you. Because you pulled through every single day. Day, night, summer, spring, fall, winter. God is there for you. And God is with you at all times. And He knows you better than you know yourself. And that's a beautiful thing because when you don't know where to lean on, there's a saying where it's like the tree doesn't fall down. The tree falls in the direction it leans on. To give you an example, I used to lean on drugs. I used to lean on alcohol. And I used to lean on lust, thinking there was another option out there, thinking that I can just rebound and find something similar with someone else. That's essentially before I ever even valued love. And when I valued love this time around, everything changes. even now, I'm like, dude, I can never see myself doing again. I just can't, because I remember feeling that way. And change, nothing will ever change if you do the same bullshit. So I'm leaning on growing my business now. That's what I'm leaning on. Growing my business, scaling my community, posting videos like you're seeing right now, inspiring others, because I have gone through some shit, guys, and you guys don't even know it. But I'm always willing to put my best foot forward and use what God has given me at all times. That's it. Because at the end of the day, I can make all the money in the world, but if I don't be a helping hand, if I'm not a good person, if I don't have principles and morals, what's the point of it? If I'm not kind, like, what's the point of it? So for going through something similar, or know someone going through something similar, work on yourself so hard every single day. Don't succumb to those emotions, because at the end of the day, they're just emotions. The same way you get happy and sad, or mad, and if they're just emotions, they define you. Remain the course, and if you stay consistent with what you said you were going to do, there's no reason why you shouldn't do it. Just do it with all your heart and soul. Do it. Don't talk about it, just do it. And that's actually what I've learned recently, is like, I've seen so much progress, not because, yeah, I may have a little bit more time, but the intention behind it, the intention that, like, I have to build this regardless. If I'm happy, if I'm sad, if I'm full of energy, or if I'm tired, this has to be done. And I'm the only person on this earth that is going to decide whether or not it's going to get done today, tomorrow, or in the next year, or if it ever gets done. So stay responsible and accountable for the actions that you make, and lean on God, not your own understanding. I don't know what's going to happen between us. I don't know what the next 4 weeks are going to look like. But I do know, for as long as I'm here, and as long as I'm alive and I have breath, I'm going to put my best foot forward. And I'm really going to understand exactly why this is happening one day. Not because I'm so smart, but because I choose to embrace the struggle. And I'm choosing to embrace the path that I'm on. Don't hide away from your fears. Don't shy away from the work. Put your best foot forward. Be a sponge. Learn as much as you can. Ask questions. Introduce yourself to people. Understand what they're doing and what's working, and how you can implement that same skill and that same strategy into your business. Don't be what you don't want to be, and be great. I also realized, like, I don't have the time to much. I don't have the energy to give something that I don't have right now to a girl. I don't have the heart for it right now. That girl clearly has my heart. I have the emotions for it. That girl clearly has those emotions. I clearly have a feeling and a lot of love for this woman. I can't even fake it and say, like, I want to be with someone else, or I want to go on a date. Like, I don't care for any of that. So it's going to be really interesting to see what my life looks like in the next 6 months, because we're halfway through the year. I have an opportunity coming up in 2 weeks, and I don't have an excuse not to get it done. So I'm really excited for what's to come. I promised myself that I was going to post a video a day on YouTube until I get to 1,000 subscribers. For those who don't know me, my name's Cruz, and I've been running an agency for the past 6 months. Before that, I was a mobile detailer here in Austin, Texas for 6 months. And before that, I worked in corporate America for a year in tech sales. I was a SDR at Oracle, and that's exactly where I learned how to cold call, prospect, and get over the fear of rejection. And I'm making this YouTube video, one, to grow my community, grow the following, and to influence the younger generation, or really anyone who has ears, because I've learned from people twice my age, also younger than me. And if you ever want to talk and you don't think you can go for a month or a few weeks without talking to anyone, talk to me. Reach out to me on Instagram. Text me. I'll send you voice messages. I'll call you. And don't go through it alone, because you don't ever go through it alone. Someone is always with you. But if you need that human to human interaction, give me a text, bro. Or sis. I don't know. And let's talk. Don't hold it in for more than a day. I'm not saying not to feel the emotion, because that's exactly what I did. and I tried numbing it in other ways. Don't do that. Be prudent. Learn from others. Don't be so wise. Be prudent. Don't try to be wise and learn from your own mistakes. Be a smart person and learn from others. And use that pain as fuel. Use that to motivate yourself. Be better than yesterday. And that is where I will end this video. If you guys like this kind of content, comment your favorite part, comment what you learned, or comment anything and I'll respond to it, I promise. And if you would like to follow my journey, click that subscribe button and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.